It's Pro Picks time with Ben Merritt and me, Cowboy Troy, on Coyote 93.7.
Pro Picks week number 3 here on Coyote 93.7, today's country and the legends. And with Pro Picks comes our good friend, Cowboy Troy. Troy, how you doing?
Doing great, Ben. What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and just point it out that, by association, you sir have had a big week. You had a couple of guest appearances on the new Big and Rich album, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
And I purchased that album, gave away a few copies here on the airs, and so far everything's been thumbs up for that album. It's a fantastic album.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. If you haven't heard, those of you there throughout the Wisconsin area, make sure you go out and get you a copy of Hillbilly Jedi.
And what is it? Rock the Boat. That's the track that I like that you've got on that one. That's a pretty good one.
Thank you very much. Rock the Boat's fun. A lot of fun.
All right, then. Well, now that we've gotten the business out of the way, Troy, it's time to get down to the real business. It's Pro Picks time. And, sir, you and we had a horrible week last week.
Well, I was concentrating on the Hillbilly Jedi release coming up, so I probably didn't pick as well as I should.
Yeah, you were a little distracted, but I have no excuse whatsoever. I was literally just watching football all day, and I have no excuse. I had bad picks, and nothing I can do about it. So,
it happens.
Going into week number 2, we were both 9-7. We had halfway decent week 1s, but week 2, Troy, we both went 6-10. We're still tied.
Awesome.
So coming into this week total, we are 15-17 each. So we are tied into this one, and it's not looking. Hopefully, let's turn it around this week, Troy. How about that?
Undefeated.
And I got to play your song 30 times. I know. All right.
Yep, that's right.
Do I get to pick which one? Or?
Sure, you pick it.
All right. Well, Troy, we're going to jump right into the marquee matchups because there's some pretty interesting games, and we don't have the regular, breakdown where we do Green Bay and we do Monday night, and then we pick a wild card. This week, we actually get 2 wild cards because Green Bay's playing on Monday. So we'll talk about that one later. But right now, let's just jump into it. Tonight's game is the New York Giants squaring off against Carolina at Carolina.
Well, I think that it will be a close game. I think Carolina will win that game, and it'll be within 3 points.
Ooh, really? Now, are you thinking that, Cam Newton's not going to be, is the defense from the Giants going to hold him, and we're going to have a kicking battle between the 2 kickers, or?
No, it's going to be a track meet. Neither team has really shown that they've been able to stop the other teams that they've played from scoring a whole lot.
Oh, so do you think it's literally going to be like a game-winning 50-yard field goal to get it at the end, basically? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be one of those track meets. Everybody's going to be running the score up.
All right.
And whoever got the ball last is going to win.
Well, you're going with Carolina in a track meet, and I'm going with the Giants, and I'm thinking that it's going to be a low-scoring game because I think the Giants' defense, they're probably getting an ultimatum this week, and I see them maybe finally turning it on. So I'm going to go with the G-Men, and I'm going to say it's going to be a low-scoring affair, and it's going to be one of those hard-nosed, hit them, knock them down, keep them down, big pile of dust kind of football games.
A slobber knocker, sir.
Yes, exactly. As good old JR from WWE fame would be saying, so.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's marquee matchup number 1, Giants at Carolina. We're split on that one, so there's one that we can maybe hang our hat on, breaking the tie on. But marquee matchup number 2 is one of the early afternoon games on Sunday, and I think it's going to be an interesting one not because of the 2 teams that are in it, but mainly on my end, one individual player. And we both know who it is. It's Mr. RG3 from Washington Redskins. Well, I'm talking about the Cincinnati at Washington game. Had a little bit of the, stumble in the road, and it was literally the first stumble in what may be many. RG3 looking to come back from some adversity with the first loss in the NFL. Do you think he's going to be able to rebound and, turn this one around, or do you think the Bengals are going to pull it out?
I think it's going to be Washington. I think RG3 is going to do fine. I mean, come on. He threw a touchdown and he ran for 2. I mean, he held up his end of the bargain. It's just that he's got to make sure that everybody else is, jumping in and making sure that they're not buying a ticket and watching him do all the work. I think that after this week's worth of practice, I think Shanahan will get them all in order, and I think it'll be one of those games that they all bounce back. It's going to be Washington in that one.
I agree with you. I think Washington will turn around, but I don't think it's going to be RG3. A lot of the great quarterbacks are called great game managers. You talk about Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger. They're great. They're game managers. They can handle the adversity in game, but I think RG3 is not at that point, at least not in the NFL level. And I think that, some of the veterans are going to have to pick it up, and I think they will. And Shanahan may realize that maybe we're putting a lot of weight on this guy's shoulders early on in his career. And I think that, they're going to take a little bit away from him, but still let him be the great athlete that he is. And there's going to be a lot of coaching moments, I think.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
All right. Well, then now it's time to jump into the one that you're going to hear right here on Coyote 93.7. Monday Night Football. Green Bay at Seattle. This one's going to be a good one. And I say that in the fact that it's going to be a good one for Green Bay. I don't know if Seattle's even got a shot in this one.
It's going to be Green Bay on that one. I think that they are really going to come out fired up. And I think they're going to take it to the Seahawks.
Absolutely. It's not even... I don't want to say that it's not even going to be a battle. I don't even think that it's going to be, It's rude to say that because any NFL team, obviously the Arizona Cardinals have proven that 2 weeks in a row now, can beat any NFL team. And you and I, we talk about this distance and travel thing, so it's, I don't know, it's going to be interesting, I think.
Yeah, that could weigh into it. I just think that Green Bay is just going to rise up above that.
Yeah, I agree with you. The veteranness, the stability that's there in Green Bay, they're going to travel to Seattle. They're going to win that one. Russell Wilson, former Wisconsin Badger quarterback, he's going to have a decent night, but he's not going to have a fabulous night. I don't know. Green Bay all the way on this one, basically.
Yeah.
All right. So be sure to tune in to Coyote 93.7 for that one. Pregame starts at 5 o'clock, and kickoff is at 7:20. Nope, 7:30. There you go. All right. I had to double-check the schedule. So there you go. Those are our marquee matchups for the week. And again, it's going to be an interesting one. Now let's get into some pro picks, or some quick picks on pro picks. How about that, Troy?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, here we go. Running them down through the list. I think this one's going to be a flush. It's pretty much across the board. We got St. Louis traveling to Soldier Field at Chicago.
Chicago.
I agree with you. The Bears are going to pull that one out pretty easily. Buffalo at Cleveland. I'm going to go with the Bills on this one, Troy.
I agree with Buffalo.
All right, the Browns going to be a little more brown after that one. Tampa Bay at your boys.
Dallas.
All right, I was nervous that you were going to pick the Bucs on that one with the pregnant pause that you had there.
Yeah, well, after last week's, hairball that they had up in Seattle.
That's true, and then the Bucs looked pretty decent last week, too. So, All right, here's another one that's going to be kind of interesting. We've got the New York Jets at Miami.
Jets.
Jets. I agree with you on that one. So, all right, we're agreeing too much on this one. And it's not going to change, I don't think. San Francisco at Minnesota. Niners, right?
And San Fran.
Yeah, exactly. They've been too strong for the last 2 weeks. All right, Kansas City at New Orleans. New Orleans pissed. So I'm going with the Saints.
Kansas City.
Wow, you think they're ready for an upset. All right.
Well, there's too much turmoil. Nobody is able to focus down there. Between Vilma and all this other stuff with the suspensions and the Bounty Bowl and all this other stuff that's going on, there's too much distraction right now.
Absolutely. But, I mean, I think with the missing coach aspect, that's a big deal. But also, I think that, eventually these players are going to realize, okay, we need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and, get back to work. So
I agree with you. I just don't think it'll happen this week. It might happen next.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, all right, we all know where I'm going on this one. Detroit at Tennessee. Lions all the way.
Tennessee.
Just because you live in the town doesn't mean you have to drink the Kool-Aid, man.
No, I think Tennessee's going to do it.
All right. Well, we'll see on Sunday. And the final of the afternoon games, we got Jacksonville at Indianapolis. A lot of the pundits are calling for the Colts to turn it around, but I'm going to go with Jacksonville on this one.
I'm going to say the Colts. I think Blaine Gabbert got an issue. I think he got his bell rung last week, didn't he?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be square away, ready to go. And if he is, it may just take another hit to knock him around and put him back out of the game. I think it's going to boil down to quarterback play.
All right. Well, hopefully the O-line steps up and defends Mr. Gabbert.
They need to.
All right. We had a battle of the birds last week, and we got another one this week. We got Philadelphia at Arizona. The way Arizona's been playing, you can never tell with them.
Philly.
Me too. You can never tell with Arizona, but we're both going with the Eagles. So, all right, Atlanta at Chargers. I've had good luck with the Chargers the last 2 weeks. I'm going to keep that one going.
Yeah, I'm going to go Chargers on that one.
Whoa, we're both picking against Matty Ice 2 weeks in a row. This is going to be bad for his karma. All right, Houston at Denver. I am wholeheartedly on the Texans train this year.
Houston.
It hurts to do that as a Dallas fan, doesn't it?
Well, not so much that. It's just that I'm just thinking, with that elevation and the travel, I'm thinking, though, that Houston will substitute, they'll rotate their running backs like they did last week, Foster and Tate. Sounds like a law firm.
Foster and Tate, it does, actually. All right, here we go. Only 2 more left, and this one's going to be good, I think. Pittsburgh at Oakland. I'm going to go with Roethlisberger and the boys from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think it'll be a fun game to watch, but I definitely think the Steelers are going to pull it out.
Steelers are going to make them look bad.
All right, and then this one I think is the upset of the year, and I say that because one of the teams is far underperforming what they were anticipated. We've got New England making that super long trip, he said sarcastically, to Baltimore.
I hate to say it, but I think Baltimore's going to win that.
I agree with you on that one, and I do hate to say it too. I agree in both aspects. Again, former Michigan quarterback Tom Brady, always going to be the number one quarterback in my mind at least. But I don't think it. And also, if they do lose this one, it's going to be 2 big things that Tom Brady lost this week, because Denard Robinson, quarterback for Michigan, just passed Tom Brady for all-time passing yards at Michigan.
Yeah, plus Hernandez had a slight injury after last week's game, and that means they can double up on Gronkowski, so that's going to really take away a safety blanket.
Yeah, my roommate is angry about that because he had him as a tight end.
Oh, man.
Yeah, all right. Well, Troy, that's it. That's Pro Picks this week.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun week to watch. There's a lot of interesting games that are going to happen, and, number 1, Troy, we're going to enjoy football, but number 2, we're going to hope that we break this tie. Somebody needs to be leading.
Well, I'll be happy to do that after this week.
Well, sir, if you do it, then just know I'm coming for you.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, Troy, that's going to do it for this week of Pro Picks, and we'll chat again next week, and we'll find out how we did.
Thank you very much, and play some big and rich music real loud for me.
Oh, you know it, man.
Thanks.